This episode is being broadcasted and produced here at Big Stu Studios. Welcome to another episode of Straight Like That podcast being brought to you here at Big Stu Studios. Shout out to my producer, Big Stu. If you need any video content created, make sure you hit him up. Everything will be in the description below. So, I do have a special guest with me today. Go ahead and let everybody know who you are.
I'm Sasha.
Okay. She's a little shy, people. She's never done this before, but it's all good. Let everybody know what you do.
Right now I'm in school. I'm a mom.
Okay.
I freelance model at the moment, just for smaller brands or photographers that just want to take pictures of me.
Got you.
Yeah.
So how did you get into modeling?
I think I've kind of always been into it. Mm-hmm. My mom, she got me into it when I was little, and then the older I got, the more interesting it got to me.
Gotcha.
And then Instagram came along, and it just made it seem a little bit easier to put myself out there.
I got you.
Yeah.
So how long have you been modeling?
I guess I would say off and on for maybe 12 years.
12 years.
Yeah.
So why has it been so off and on?
Life.
Yeah.
Having my kids, school, all that.
So what you going to school for?
Sports business management now.
Okay. So how you going from going to school for sports management and modeling? That's two different lanes.
I get, again, all my life since kindergarten, I've played sports.
Okay.
And that's always been a big part of my life.
So
it's just a natural love for it.
Okay. What sports have you played?
I played basketball, volleyball, and softball.
Oh wow,
yeah.
Triple threat. Yeah, I'm a big sports fan. I played sports throughout my life. Started playing. My first sport was baseball. I started playing at the age of 5.
Yeah.
So I definitely, understand the love, and I wish I could continue playing baseball. I really miss it. Like I said, that was my first love. As far as sports, I played football in high school. Mm-hmm. I wrestled in high school, so I pretty much, tried to stay busy.
Right.
So, what brands have you modeled for?
Most recently, I did Made by Lillian Banks. It's a crochet. She crochets shirts, dresses, and all that. Okay. That was fun. Another one I did was Hustle City.
Okay.
Yeah.
My boy, shout out to my boy Trey, MC3.
Yeah.
Who's part owner of Hustle City. So I actually had him on here not too long ago.
Yeah.
And did a whole interview thing with him. So yeah, shout out to Trey at Hustle City. I have yet to go there. He's told me to come up there numerous times.
Yeah.
I just haven't had the time. To go up there. I've been so busy, but I'm definitely gonna try to make my way up there. How do people usually find you to model for their stuff?
A lot of it is Instagram.
Okay.
They'll see my post or come across my page somehow, or word of mouth from other people. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so mostly Instagram. Okay.
So what have you done any besides the smaller, more local brands? Have you been approached by any big brands, or it's just kind of
not yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. What big brands would you hope to work with?
Oh, that's a good question. I think really any of them, to be honest with you. But the ultimate goal would be Fashion Nova, Pretty Little Thing, something like that. But that's in the future.
Okay. Now I do know Fashion Nova is one of the big online brands right now. I know a lot of people, especially YouTubers, they are ambassador brands or ambassadors for Fashion Nova, and more recently Reebok and Cardi B. Mm-hmm. So I know, like I said, I watch a lot of YouTube and a lot of vloggers. So a lot of them I see have been ambassadors for Fashion Nova, which I don't, Fashion Nova is taking over with the online stuff.
Yeah, really.
They probably should get a actual in store, like actual store, but I highly doubt that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So what has kept you from what has kept you from like getting those big brands, I should say, like Fashion Nova? Or
I guess I would say following is a big thing. Like brands like Fashion Nova, Pretty Little Thing, they all want you to have a lot of followers for them to even consider you. So that's a big thing. And not being with an agency yet, that's another big thing too.
Now with the agency, how do you get picked for an agency typically for modeling?
I mean, I've always like heard, and my friends have done it, send in like digitals of yourself, submit to the modeling agency, and they'll get back with you.
Yeah. How long does that process usually take?
Either from like a couple days to like a week or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, have you tried to reach out to any other agencies, or it's just like?
I did before COVID.
Okay.
A couple years before COVID, I did, and then once COVID hit, they all kind of chilled for a little bit because nobody was traveling and all that.
Yeah. COVID definitely has stopped a lot of everything. Pretty much, I know with me, it definitely stopped. I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher assistant, so the whole virtual teaching thing is kind of, and I know you kind of experiencing now with your kids. That's a whole different ball game.
It is.
So I definitely understand this stopping everything. So, but it also taught me to be more self-motivated. That's how I came up with this. And then I have my photography business, which is called 1203 Visuals. And then I have my clothing line, Street Knowledge Book Smart, that I'm starting up. So it helped in a way because it helps you. It definitely helps you sit down and actually refocus. And in your case, rebrand. Try to do something different. So try to get more deep into your modeling. So it hurt, but then it helped at the same time. So, but with everything going back to normal, do you think that COVID, with everything going back, do you think the modeling agencies will start picking back up, start trying to look for more people?
Yeah, I noticed like towards the end of COVID, or whatever you want to call it, but they started advertising more that they're looking for new faces. So definitely, I have to get digitals taken with Stu. Probably me and him talked about it, and I'll send those out.
Yeah. Now, how with the digitals, do you more have you? I ask you this: Have you ever thought about doing like commercials or anything?
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, I definitely have thought of like all of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What? Now with me, I'm a big fan of Nike. I love Nike. I would hope one day that I could hopefully get sponsored by them with this stuff. That'd be cool. But would you do something? I know you play sports. Would you do something like that as far as commercial wise or just modeling wise?
Yeah, I think I've always kind of leaned more towards athletic wear and like athletic companies that I'd want to shoot for and like represent. So yeah, definitely that's at the top of my list.
So what do you see with COVID not disappearing, but definitely slowing down tremendously? What do you see happening that can possibly make your modeling career go another step?
Well, for myself, like I was the type of person, I wasn't going around nobody. Like when COVID first came out, so when photographers would message me, I'd be like, no, I don't really want to. Of course. But so yeah, that definitely me getting back out and like actually doing what people ask me to, and then the agencies are going to be looking for more people, and yeah, I just think everything's just going to start opening up.
Now, would you doing modeling, would you encourage your kids to do it, or would you just, if they wanted to do it, would you encourage them to do it?
Yeah, I would. Now that they're older, I feel a little bit better about it because people can be weird when they're younger.
That's true. Yeah. That's very true.
But yeah, since they're getting a little bit older, yeah, me and their dad would agree on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have with everything, do you book most of your stuff yourself, or do you have like a manager or anything like that?
I don't have a manager right now. I have a friend who knows a little bit more about it than me, who he does help me a lot. Like with even the pictures I take at my house, just myself, he'll help me like say maybe you should do this or that. So yeah, I have someone like guiding me, but not like an official manager title.
Now, would you eventually look for one, or is it just right now you just kind of trying to do it yourself almost?
If I notice like work picking up, and like me getting like a bigger following and all that, I definitely would consider hiring a manager just because it'd be a lot easier for them to deal with it than me.
That's true. I've always thought about as far as sports. I'm a big sports fan. I always thought about doing the manager thing or agent thing.
Yeah.
Just because I know the game, I know what to. I think I would be able to get the most for my client as far as money, as far as endorsements, stuff like that, because I've played sports and I sit back and watch. So I think I'll be able to get the most of what I feel my client deserves.
Yeah.
So with you going to school for sports management, would you possibly do you think that could possibly help you if you eventually stop modeling? Do you think that'll help you become more of a modeling type thing, modeling agent or something like that?
I never thought about that. I mean, that's an idea. Yeah, having the business background, that would definitely help me in being like a manager or anything. So right. Yeah, I see they could tie together.
Now, with the sports management, what specific sport do you see yourself going more towards?
If I stay here, baseball, because I'm not a fan of hockey. But,
of course.
I understand baseball the best, really. If I end up moving out of town, I could see myself doing basketball.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you're a Cardinals fan.
I am.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I'm a Cardinals fan because they're here.
Yeah.
They're hometown. I'm not a huge Cardinals fan. I haven't been a huge Cardinals fan for a while. I think the last time I was probably. Well, I'll say this: I'm more of a Cardinals fan now that we don't have Tony La Russa. I wasn't a big fan of Tony La Russa.
Really?
Which I think a lot of people wasn't a big fan of him just because the way that he handled business and the way that he did business. So, but yeah, it's slowly coming. I've never been a real big Blues fan. I'm not a big hockey fan.
I'm not either.
So, I understand the game, but it's just not. I don't know. I guess it's not as interesting to me.
It doesn't draw my attention.
I don't know. It's just one of the things where it's not. It's just not fun. But I will say you are seeing a lot more African American players.
That's true.
Which is really good.
Yeah.
It's bringing more diversity to the game, which is good, and hopefully it continues growing like that. But yeah, so and you said you did volleyball. What made you? What made you do all these different sports? Was it to keep busy, or was it just something? And then you didn't. So did you do all these sports and modeling at the same time, or was it just?
Like I said, modeling was off and on, so it just kind of got mixed in every once in a while.
Okay.
The sports were the main thing because girls that I was friends with in kindergarten, they all played. So then I got involved in. We just kept it was like a move up thing with each grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So would you? So I'm guessing that you did some pageants or.
I never did a pageant.
Wow.
I wanted to, but I never did.
So you did. How's that? You did the modeling, but you didn't do the pageant. That's kind of.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that weird?
That's definitely weird.
I guess my mom, she was a single mom, so I guess like it did get expensive. So I will say that was a big part of it. And then with tournaments and games and all that, it never fit in because they were always on weekends.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've seen how some of them pageants, them pageant moms.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It gets crazy. It definitely gets crazy.
Yeah.
Now, would you consider now that you're more now that you're more stepping into the modeling thing, would you consider doing a pageant now, or will it just be something you just not considered?
I think it would be fun to do one. I mean, I think every girl wants to dress up, like get a pretty dress and all that. So I mean, yeah, I would do one. I don't think I would make it like a thing like some people do, where they like really compete. It would just be for fun.
Right. So, do you watch like the Miss Universe or anything like that?
I haven't for a while.
Okay.
I really haven't. I don't even know why. I just haven't.
Okay. I haven't seen it. I've definitely heard of it, especially the one that Steve Harvey hosted that everybody,
yeah. Everyone saw that.
Yeah, that he screwed up tremendously.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the only one that I really heard about, just because of he was hosting and it was a big screw up. It was a big meme.
Yeah.
They made a big meme out of it. So, but yeah, it was definitely. I think a lot of. I think it's one of them things where, especially with modeling, I think you have to have I think it builds self-confidence, especially for women. It would. I think a lot more women should get into it. Rather, it's definitely a confidence builder. So, how do you? Is it ever a time where you feel like this shoot just isn't for you?
Yeah, I do. I've had photographers give me an idea or pitch it to me or whatever, and it's just like, that's not really me. And I mean, I don't really have a problem with telling them, like, let's change this, let's not do this, blah, blah, blah. I really only do shoots that I feel comfortable with and that will, I feel, grow what I'm trying to do. Right. If I feel like it's going to take me back, I probably won't do it.
I got you. So when these photographers are interested in you or want you to shoot for them, do you ask for the concept first before you tell them you'll do it, or how does that exchange usually work?
It's kind of 50-50. A lot of people, a lot of the smaller photographers, they kind of give me they let me run with the idea. And then other ones who are a little bit more established, they have ideas already in place, and they might let me like tweak it or ask if I want to change something. So it's kind of like 50-50.
Okay. Have you done any before COVID? Did you do any shots, any photo shoots that you had to travel to, or most of them local?
Not yet. They're all local right now.
Okay. So, do you usually how long does each shoot usually take, or does it really just depend?
It depends on, I guess, to start with, how many outfits there are, how the photographer shoots, if he wants to take a lot just to be safe, or if he wants to just cut it short, get it done, and wrap it up. Yeah, usually most of mine are like an hour to 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure you got to plan accordingly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Now, do you like doing those type of shoots where it take longer, or do you prefer the ones that's a lot shorter?
I guess it depends on the concept. If it's, I mean, like I said, I'm always comfortable with my shoots, or I won't do them. If I'm not, I don't want to say, if I'm not feeling it like all the way, I'll be like, okay, let's wrap this up. But no, I just like shooting. In general, it doesn't really matter what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you done any like cosplay? Because I know cosplay is a real big thing right now. So have you done anything like that?
No, I haven't done anything fun like that yet. But that'd be fun to do.
Now, what if you were to do something like that? What theme or what genre would you want to do?
Man, I don't really know a lot about all that, but I mean, I've always wanted to do, I don't know if this goes with it, but I would always like to do a Halloween shoot, like where you dress up, maybe like scary or something. That would be cool, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't imagine that it wouldn't. But, yeah. So why would you want to do something of a more of a scary type Halloween thing?
I guess I see other girls like around Halloween, you know how everybody posts pictures of the costumes and all that. And plus, I've never done a themed shoot. It's always just like clothes or for just fun or whatever. But yeah, I think a dress up one would be fun. Okay.
Have you ever thought about just doing something like as far as like your own clothing type thing?
Yeah, people have talked to me about that. I want to get a little bit more done with school and all that and get the kids back in school instead of sitting on the couch and me having to help them.
Right.
But yeah, I have thought about it. A lot of people have told me you should do it. So yeah, it's something to think about.
What type of clothing would you want to do as far as that's your brand, that's yours? What would it be like? Dresses, T-shirts? What would it be?
I think I'd probably start with athletic wear because that's like my most favorite thing to wear.
Right.
And then get into like streetwear and stuff like that. I don't know, something like that.
So I'm guessing you prefer to you like wearing athletic clothes more than anything, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, despite me wearing this dress right now. Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was gonna let you live. Yeah. I was gonna let you live on that one. No, it's cool. I definitely think that I love athletic wear. Yeah. I don't like anytime I can wear basketball shorts, T-shirt, some shoes. I'm good. Yeah, I'm more comfortable. I feel like I'm more me. If I have to dress up, I mean, I don't mind it. But it's just one of them things where I'll just be like, I gotta dress up.
Yeah. It's like,
do I really want to go to this place? So I kind of, kind of say yes. What got me interested is I seen that you did Pure Dopeness. I say you did a shoot for Pure Dopeness. Yeah. How was that?
It was fun. I liked it. Bobby Tesler was there. That was fun. Stu was shooting. I liked the clothes. They were really cool. It was fun. Yeah,
I seen it. I seen the clothes. They're actually so nice. I seen the shirt. I think I seen the shirt or whatever. I definitely liked it. Shout out to Pure Dopeness. I think that's Bobby Tesla's. Whose line is that? Actually,
you're gonna put me on the spot. I don't remember his name. I feel so bad.
Oh wow,
I don't remember.
I'm pretty
his
sure
name.
I'll figure it out. But
I'm sorry.
Shout out to Pure Dopeness. Your stuff is nice. I like the concept of it. Hopefully, my stuff can be, as big as that, as nice as that. I'm gonna have to talk to you personally. I need to know how did you get started and stuff like that because I'm trying to get my stuff launched.
Yeah.
Hopefully by the end of this year, by my birthday. So come, let's see, December. Hopefully I have at least like shirts and stuff, stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So, besides that, what other people have you worked with that's local?
As far as brands or?
As far as brands.
I'd say really those are the three ones I have. I haven't done too many yet. Okay.
Now, before COVID, were you doing a lot of shoots or was it just kind of sporadic?
I would say I was doing more before COVID than during or towards the end of it. And that was more with just like my friends who are photographers or a photographer who would hit me up on Instagram and just local photographers. Okay.
Now, do you, with these local photographers, I know you said that they give you the idea. Have you ever saw a photographer's stuff and want to work with them immediately, or was it just, or do they always just message you, or how does that usually work?
Again, it's 50-50. I've worked with some really cool photographers. There are definitely ones I want to shoot with that I just haven't contacted them yet and all that. But Yeah, I mean, for right now, mostly they hit me up. I don't think I've really messaged a photographer to set up a shoot yet. So, yeah.
Now, do you prefer? I see a lot of people do shoots like inside, like I guess like a studio, warehouse, or whatever you want to call it. Do you prefer those type of shoots, or do you prefer shoots where you're like outside?
Oh, that's a good question. I guess it depends on the location outside. Some of them I'm just like not feeling, but I like studios a lot. I do like to shoot in studios.
Okay. Now, what's different between the studio shooting in the studio and shooting? Have you ever shot outside before? Have you ever done? So, what is there? Is there a huge difference between being outside and inside? Or what's the main difference besides it being indoors and outdoors?
Indoors in a studio, you can definitely control the lighting. If you're outside, you gotta work with the sun. I would say outdoors, you have more things depending on the location to work with, like sit on this rock or lean on this tree or something like that.
Right.
In a studio, you have what's in the studio, and that's it. Okay. I mean, if you're creative enough and can think quick enough, you can make it special or make it cool or whatever. Yeah.
Would you say the studio is easier than? Would you say it's easier to shoot in the studio than versus shooting outside?
I guess I wouldn't. Yeah, it might be might be a little harder to shoot in the studio because, like I said, there might not be any chairs or anything to work with or a wall or anything. Outside, you have whatever's in your location right there to work with.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, I got my photography / videography business, and hopefully I'm supposed to be working with somebody at the end of this month. She wants to do like a big generational photo shoot.
Oh yeah.
So, and she wants to do it at Forest Park. So, that should be fun. That'll be my first big shoot that I've done. I know that's gonna be a huge shoot. That's probably gonna take a good little minute to get everybody together. But I've shot outside before. I actually did a shoot down here by the graffiti wall on 314 Day, and it turned out pretty good. I wasn't expecting the pictures to turn out like they did because I'm not using. I don't have any like lighting type equipment. Yeah. So I was just using like a normal, like basically the sunlight type thing. So, and they actually turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
I love them. I did it with my cousin. She actually helped me out with the shoot. So
that's cool.
I just wanted to do something. I haven't shot anything in a while, so I just was like, you know what? Why not do it?
Right? Why not?
So I enjoyed it. But now shooting in the studio, do you have a certain? Does the photographer always change the background, or do they keep the same background? How does that usually work?
I guess it depends on the concept, again, of the shoot. If it's just like what me and Stu are going to do after this, just a white background is no big deal. Like if it's a themed one, they'll change it. If I have like a special request or a certain color in my outfit that I want to bounce off the background, they'll change it. But yeah.
Okay. How many what's a normal range of outfits in a photo shoot?
I would say anywhere from maybe like 2 to 4, maybe. That's what I've done at least.
Now, is that on a smaller scale of outfit changes, I should say?
Yeah, I would say so. It's on the smaller side of it.
Have you done any fashion shows?
I have not. Not yet. I want to, but not yet.
Oh wow! I know they just did one not too long ago, actually here in St. Louis. I forgot who it was for, but again, it was something small.
Yeah.
What have you been shying away from it, or is it just something that you just haven't had the opportunity to do yet?
I would say at first I was nervous. It was intimidating. Thinking about falling and all that, all the typical.
Yeah, that's. You got cameras and you don't want to do that.
And a lot of people.
You'll never be able to live that down.
Right. So that's what had kept me from it before. And I guess now, again, COVID, kind of put everything on halt. And then I guess I need to get in touch with the right people. I don't really know who runs all that.
So given the opportunity, you would definitely do a fashion show if given the right opportunity to do so.
I feel like it would get my name out there and definitely be good experience. So yeah.
Now, with those fashion shows, have you ever considered? I don't know how long a fashion show usually is, but do you think that it will fit into your? Do you think, besides getting your name out there, is there anything else that you think it will possibly help you with as far as your modeling career?
Confidence, I would say, because I feel like, I mean, I can't speak for everybody. I guess I'll speak for myself. I do struggle with confidence at times. So
I wouldn't imagine that, people.
Really?
I would not have guessed that.
I do. But, yeah, so that, I mean, I feel comfortable at photo shoots, so fashion show would be the next step, I guess.
So, when you doing a photo shoot, are you shy doing your photo shoots, or is it just like another day for you?
I guess, again, it depends on what the concept is and all that, but I always end up like being like, okay. It's just like beginning jitters or whatever, and then it's like, oh, this is easy.
Okay. Because this is one of them things. I know modeling. I don't know how it is for, especially. I know you're doing it small scale right now, but with modeling, would you ever consider, like, I guess, like doing like if given the opportunity, doing like a big, like, even though you haven't been given that opportunity and you've never done a fashion show, would you, if given the opportunity, would you do a huge fashion show first instead of a smaller one?
Yeah, I mean, as much as like my head's telling me no, yeah, I would, because starting out at a big one, I feel like would definitely get my name out there a lot quicker. Right. And I mean, you got to try. Yeah. You just got to try.
Yeah, that is true. It would get your name out there quicker. Now, how difficult is it with modeling being such a big thing, like the industry being wide open? Would you say that is one of those industries that's definitely hard to get into?
Yes and no. With how models are today, it's like really open to everyone. It's a lot of equality. And I feel like if you work hard enough and like find the right agency for you, I don't want to say it's easy to do, because it's not, but I think it's more inclusive and easier to get into than it used to be.
Now, what makes it more easier? Not necessarily easier, but what makes it more acceptable to get into now than it did back then?
I know.
In your opinion?
Yeah, I know when I was younger, it was just a typical like really skinny, really tall models. Now you see all different types of women and men in it. So I feel like it's more, like I said, open to equality in just every shape and size and height. Yeah.
Now, I know it's typical for some models, not all of them, to do music videos.
Yeah.
Of course, that's how a lot of them get their start.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered doing anything like that, or is it just something that you just never could see yourself doing?
I was in one. One. It wasn't nothing like, I didn't have like a main like part, or you know what I mean. I was I got the invite and I went. And it was fun. I mean, I don't know if I could do like what some of these girls do. It's just not me. But I mean, yeah, the one I went to was cool. It was fun. It was chill. Wasn't nothing crazy. So yeah.
Now, in the back of your head, were you like, when you got invited, was it just something that you was like, I'm definitely not gonna do right out the gate, or was it just something that you just, you just kind of just said, you know what, I'm just go ahead and do it?
I had to ask a lot of questions, like, am I going to be doing this? What's going to be, like, all of that. I had to get the general idea of it. Right. I never really once said no, like, right off the bat. Mm-hmm. I just have to know, like, what's the concept and all that.
Now, did it meet your expectation of what you thought it was going to be, or did it kind of...
It was a lot easier than I thought.
Okay.
It wasn't as, like, what do I want to say? It wasn't as intimidating as I thought it would be. Okay. Yeah.
Now, would you consider doing another one, or that was just something, that was a one-time thing?
Yeah, I mean, I'd consider doing another one. Just like I said, it all depends.
Yeah, certain people get certain reputations. Now, with that being said, do you think it's fair that a lot of models get the same reputation? Do you think it's fair that, I'll say it like this, do you think that it's fair that all models get the same reputation based off of what others do to get into the industry or get a leg up in the industry?
No, I mean, I don't think it's fair that all models would get labeled. What some other models do. I mean, to each his own. However you want to do it, you're gonna do it. Yeah. I mean, that's all. Now,
do you think that with certain models doing whatever it takes to get to that next level, do you think it makes it hard for models like yourself that's trying to do it the right way, that's trying to make a living, or not necessarily make a living, but doing it the right way? They're trying to promote, you're trying to promote yourself the right way. You're not putting anything out there that can be considered extra. I'll put it like that.
Yeah.
So, do you think that it's much harder to get a gig because you're not doing that like some models are? This your boy Antoine, the host of Straight Like That podcast, being brought to you and aired at Big Stu Studios, produced by